One second. Can't do anything. Some reason Zoom changed something, and now I get back feed from my phone, which is my camera phone, and I have it on mute, but it's still for some reason my voice comes out of the speaker, so I got this double talk thing here going on, so it's kind of hard to keep my train of thought sometimes. That's just me speaking out loud because I can't concentrate.
It's nice to have you back. However, we have you back.
Yeah, thank you. Today we're going to be painting a horse. Well, this is a draft horse. This is from when I was up in Michigan, and again, draft horses. I'm sorry to do this to you guys, but I love painting horses, and they are asking for horses up there so I got to have to get one done before I go. So that's what we're going to do. This is going to go at one. Let me pull it up, and we'll go through it. Of course, I thought I sent it here. One second. No. Gotta get it from my emails. Okay. Sorry about that.
So how do you get it to dry so fast so that you could send it up to Mackinac Island? That's kind
you
of
can
cool.
you can use dryers. You can use Gelkid. You can mix it in with your safflower oil.
Okay.
And it will help dry some of the whites. If this just has to be dry when I get back, I can send it up to them. It won't be ready right away, but they kind of, when I get back, it's going to be kind of late. 2 weeks. It's, people want things now. Anyway.
Well, you did a horse for me. You want to challenge me, I know.
Yeah. Well, this isn't too bad a one. I mean, there's 2 horses here, and we're going to, and basically one is just feet behind the other. Maybe I'm not sure. You don't even really see too much. You see a muzzle back here. And that's about it. So we're pretty good. This one's, a little back there. That's good enough for us, this is always a little problems with their feet when you do getting separations of feet. That will be a little bit of a challenge. The way the back ones separate is better than the front ones. The front ones always, when they're like this, they always kind of will feel like one leg, if you don't have some air in between them. Yeah, so I might do that. And then the back leg. So a lot of cools and a lot of warms in this one. That background is the oldest grocery store in the U.S. behind us. That green area back in here, that is
Cool.
Dowd's grocery store, and it's the oldest running grocery store in the U.S.
That's cool.
Yeah, cool. Okay, fine. Move on. Well, okay. Nice, we got some nice colors back there. You got some greens, and you got some oranges and reds and stuff, and then you get some basic off whites, fun little things. You got some cools in the shadows, and then you got some nice warm street colors. And of course, the horse is being very orangey uh, and burnt siennas and stuff like that in them. This is we're going to try and take it easy on the kind of stuff like you know, bridles and this kind of this collar, horse collar they have. You don't have to paint everything. A lot of these colors are going to come out of themselves. You're going to get like both the highlight and the shadow. And we'll probably try to do those with like a dark, a medium tone, and a basic light or medium tone. There is no really highlights on any of this stuff. All this, the little gadgets and stuff, I find if you're painting wet into wet, and you can get to this point, if you can use your little pen eraser and pull those things right out of there, and they look just right, and they're easy to paint. Not paint. It's easier to take them off than paint them, because that seems like whenever I paint something like that, I'm going to paint it too bright or too dark, and I'm going to have to paint it again, and I'm going to have to paint it again to make it right, and then usually it's overpainted. So sometimes just removing the paint is sometimes an easier and better way to go, and just exposing that stained canvas underneath is usually about the right thing. What you're going to want in that thing, value wise and stuff. It's not going to be too bright, not too things, and you can always make it brighter if you have to. The way he comes out of that background, this was a lot bigger scene. There was a lot more grocery store with windows on the second story, and then there was the wagon was on the back side. We're just cutting right before the wheels on this shot. After that, it's loaded with groceries. I mean, basically boxes and boxes and boxes of to be unloaded at the grocery store. This is the first thing in the morning. This is like probably around 7 o'clock. I'm the only one on the island, basically, with these guys, with the workers, and so I can walk around and take pictures as the sun comes up, and it's really cool. And just this warmth, right? All that light is coming right off the lake. That's Lake Huron, right in between a couple buildings. There's got a lot of light coming straight down from the east there. A lot of strong light. And then you see the nice shadows going on. Interesting shadows. When you get a shadow that kind of covers up his haunches back there, his back haunches, and that's pretty interesting and stuff. Soft edges on those guys. That means the shadow is pretty far away, so you're going to get a really soft edge on these things. And you get shadows like this when it's really close. You can see how harsh that shadow line is, but when it's from far away, those shadow lines are a lot softer. So keep that in mind. That's why we've got a nice soft end. And then these guys, beautiful lines from their things. Pretty much they run parallel. I mean, that's because that sun's so far out. Everything's running pretty parallel. Or in perspective, as things change back there a little bit. Cool shadows, warm light, cool shadows. So this is kind of like a blue gray going over a warmer gray in the street. We'll get to that. That should be pretty easy. I'll probably put out. I got transparent oxide out right now, and that with blue is going to be like a burnt sienna. If you have burnt sienna, that'll work great. If you have burnt sienna and blue, that would be perfect for this gravel, this color here, and the shadow. But if you don't have that, don't worry about it. We can. Even I think burnt umber might be a good one too, but I think that's a little too gray, I think. Or you need the warmth. It's a little too cool. But it will work. That's the same, those colors you're going to use here on the ground here. We're going to be using them up here too. Okay. That's enough that quick. Sorry. Should be pulling out my pencil here. Yeah, so these colors here are going to be up here too, and into his face, and into a lot of those things. We'll be able to use those same colors. So I'll look to see if I have any burnt sienna out, and I'll put it out. Yeah, we talked about the shadows and strength of them. Really nice ones back in here that are going to drive you around. Nice, strong square ones here that come down from the windows, shapes. And then just really drawing them out. Okay, drawing out the horse. It's pretty simple. You know, it's really squares. And this guy, if you break him down into, well, it was supposed to be quarters. Sorry, not that one. This one's not right. This one's not right. Let me change that. My finger's not working over there. As you can see, right here, the legs and his body are almost the exact same height. It's almost a square here. If you make a square and you split it, you're going to get pretty much where his belly is. You're going to get the back haunches. I think it goes just a little bit higher for his neck here. And then if you split that, you're supposed to be able to split this in, because it's all based off his head. These distances. So this distance between here and here is the length of his head. So when you get his head, you know how the length of everything is. It's going to be the length of his neck. So when you get this head here, for some reason, you know it's going to be. This is going to be the size of his neck, head. This is going to be the size of his head. I think there was a couple other ones too. I think it was like this width here is supposed to be his length of the head too. So those little things there will help you draw this guy out pretty fast and save you some time. I know this length here is supposed to be the same as the head too. Little things I know, and I just, should have worked out a little bit ahead of time, but I didn't. Those are the big things I was thinking about. Yeah, maybe just like I was saying, if you just take this leg here, and move this one back, and then you can do the flat ones back there. Take these ones, move them back there. Take these ones, move them up here. That's what I was thinking. It gets the separation. That'd be better. Face wise. Oh.
No eye and eyelash.
No, we don't have to do any of that. Even eyeballs. All you got to do is get that patch in the right way, right? Get that patch on there, And then you got a little bit of a purple bridle going on behind there with the leathers going around over top. That's interesting. That's your choice of colors there if you want to do purple or anything else like that. Bike thing back here, you don't have to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to, paint right through it. There's nothing there that really things. And that means this back bike tire here, you don't have to do. It's just going to get confusing. That's a lot of crap going on in one little spot like that. and then having that tire in there, that's just, that won't read. Even this tire back in there, I wouldn't put it in either because it's not going to do anything. It doesn't not going to make a sale or anything like that. It's not going to help at all. So in the building back there, we're going to keep it simple. Really simple colors, simple, one or two, light greens, cool green, a warm green, and then a little bit brighter things, nice shadows. That's the thing is if you can get to cut those shadows in, keep the. I'm going to keep the shadows as simple as possible because we don't have much time, and I'm talking a lot. So we're going to eat up all your time. You're not going to have any time to paint. Yeah, well, that's what I am. No, let's get busy on this. Let's go mix some colors. Any questions?
I like the idea that you're going to bring the other hooves forward so that there's a separation because that makes more sense, I think.
Yeah, yeah. We have all the information we need uh, right there. So it just makes sense. Make it readable quickly. And it's oils. We mess up, we can fix it. That's a great thing. It's always can fix oils. Okay, let's go over. Do you guys hear an echo when I'm talking?
No.
Okay, good. It's just I get an echo in the back of my head from my phone, so it's like just that's driving me nuts. And then it's the first time this has happened, or second time. I mean, but it's something Zoom has done to screw with us. Just trying to make my life difficult. That's all they're doing. And they moved everything. So God, I was like, why are you guys doing this? Anyway, here we go. Colors. One thing I said, I have some. That's oxide. Well, I think that might be it. We can find it. Let me see if I have any bird Santa just right here in front of me. Rossi. Oh well. And all these colors, you never have the right. Anyway, I'll be all right. Wait here, we got some titanium whites out here. Cad yellow light, cad red light. Oop, I got cad orange here missing. This is ochre. This is red ochre. This is oxide, red oxide. Light. Alizarin crimson or rose madder deep, pure Rembrandt. Cobalt blue hue. Phthalo green, of course. And that is transparent oxide. Red. Synthetics, big ones, little ones, medium ones, even little ones if I need to. You're gonna need some smaller ones probably for bridles and stuff. Nice paint eraser and some nice bristles. Oh, of course.
What size panel are you using, Jim?
I'm going 18 by 24 today.
Okay.
I find that when I paint a horse, it's a lot easier to paint them bigger with my brushes. So I always like to paint them a little bit decent size. And I get to charge more for them too.
There you go.
And they sell. So it's not like a big it doesn't get in the way of that. So that's what you want. Think these things through. When you're trying to, why does it sell? Okay. I'll be using a color on my screen over there. This thing, of course, went a little bright yellow. So it's going to be a little strong. Look for my cad orange. And hopefully I was going to run through my burnt sienna here. Run into it while I was looking for that real quick. Don't see it right away, so go on. Hold on, this thing I can't even reach in here. You guys don't do what I do, okay? You guys, I want you guys to have this stuff figured out. You have your paint put away perfectly. Don't just throw them in your bag. That's not it. That's ochre too. Tell you, when you try to find one color, forget it. That's transparent brown. That will do the same thing. I'm just thinking ahead that transparent oxide red, it's going to be probably too orangey. So go try that too. All right. Oh, bring it up. It's going to be fun. This is going to be a lot of fun. Believe me, a lot of fun. All right. The horse color is probably first I would go with. Those are some of the darker areas, and well, and the windows too. Okay, phthalo green. Go phthalo green and alizarin. One pile bigger in phthalo, and the other one can put in a little more alizarin into it. What I'm thinking is this color here will really make a nice shadow color on the haunches. Either that. I'll go into windows. Or on the street. I know it's in here. Let's find out where. Also phthalo green and oxide red light.
Which can be the Venetian, right?
Could be Venetian easily. There you go. That's your painting now. So I like those two colors. Those should be nice. Thinking I'm gonna do one more little thing of green. I'm gonna try cad red and phthalo green. I'm looking at the shadows on the horses and stuff. And so this pretty much doesn't have to be up here, but I'm trying to get some richness in those shadows. Those are definitely going to be it. Definitely on the red side. It's going to be really nice in the middle of shapes when you put this darker on the outside, the greener side around it, and then you hit this red in the middle of the shape. I'm talking about like this back haunches right here. Basically, you paint it green, and then you on the green side, and then you put the red side right in that center section of it. It's going to glow.
You know, your the visual that we're seeing is vertical and not horizontal. I don't know.
Yeah, somebody must have called my phone or something. Somebody does that whenever.
Oh, okay.
It just flips on it.
Thank you.
No, thank you for telling me. Really, guys, tell me. I'm not even looking at that. Even though it's right in my eye level, I just don't see it. Okay, so this is the cad red and phthalo green. This is the more green than cad red. Okay, I'm gonna go with blue now. I'm gonna go blue, and if you have oxide red, this is gonna be, I'm gonna try transparent oxide red. Mine's glad. Transparent oxide red and blue, or burnt sienna. Oxide red is pretty cheap, pretty weak. So sometimes, you really gotta knock down the amount of blue I use here.
Burnt sienna and blue?
Yeah. Because when you take that color and add just a little bit of white to it, you're going to get that street. But this stuff's going to be all the harnesses and everything else too. So when you do one, make sure you got a nice one that you can just see the blue on. And then the other one, you can just see the warmth of the brown and the red, the burnt sienna. That'd be great. I'm gonna, okay, blue, definitely gonna have some blues and oxide red, transparent oxide red. Not transparent oxide red, oxide red. I want to need some red browns, so we're going to be going right to the horse's colors right next. Oops. But these colors here will also, when we add white to them, will blue up, become nice purples, and they might be able to be some shadow colors here and there. So let's split these piles. And Sarah says this is what she does when she paints. When she paints all her stuff, she does exactly this. I know Lynette does, right? Lynette does this.
My colors never look like yours.
Nope. Yeah, but you split your piles like this, right? You make all these things.
Oh, sure.
Okay, just make sure, because I really do this. It's not just for you guys. I do this in all my paintings. This is the way I work. Value. Definitely it's on the darker side. I would say probably, let's go with the shadow, right? Let's go 8. So it's just a little bit of white. I think 8. That's really close already. That's good enough. Purples. This will come in handy. Oh man, this will be nice in some of the bridles, and it will be really nice in some of these back reins and leather straps that go around the back end. And these guys too. You can just see where that can hit the leather really well too. That's the phthalo green and the oxide red. I'm getting these guys together pretty much. There's all your leathers and stuff. I can almost get the road out of that color too. So this is the, yeah, nothing there. Phthalo green and cad red work more for the horse than without white than anything else. But you're going to find some nice areas you might be able to shove it in for shadows and things like that, especially on the sidewalks. And that's the thing is when the values are right, you can put some colors almost anywhere. So this is transparent oxide with blue. And that's nice leathers. This is on the red side. This is what I was hoping was going to be. This is transparent oxide in blue, but this could be burnt sienna. This is what I was hoping would be. Here, let me mark it. Right down here, farther. I was hoping this would be the street color. Of course, this thing's lost all of its color. That's not too bad. It probably could use a little more orange into it. When I say orange, it's basically oxide red. So these guys are so close together. So, but then this does get close to the street. This is really close to the street now. Basically, it just got a little wiped out. Gonna mix that color up again. Mid-tones, just too much white. We got blue and oxide red light. Darken this one down just a little bit more. This is on the blue side. It'd be perfect. Some of these shadows going in here. So I'm pushing a little more blue into it. Perfect. Same with this. This one went a little green. And push the blue into that too. I'm missing. Oxide red and blue here missing, so I want to recreate that. There we go. That'd be nice mid-tones for some of these leathers and stuff. And these colors here will be really good on the haunches, other areas. All right. Now we just need to do the bright colors. We got the mid-tones all pretty much figured out. Got a little bit of the street here going. I'm gonna build a little bit more of this. That's about a third of the painting is this street. All right. So let's take that. If you have burnt sienna on blue and put it down here with white. Let's go for the value. Get the value of that street. It's probably about right around a 6. Might be a little light. And then this, like I said, half this painting is nothing but street. So this is the blue side, that's on the red side. I'm going to take the blue side here and take it up to about 6. And you can really see the coolness against the warmness. Okay. I'm going to take and split this warm pile. This is burnt sienna blue. It's on the burnt sienna side with white to number 6. So keeping the main pile. It's going to just split off a little small pieces. We've got to make this interesting. If I paint this the whole color, it's just, background, this streak, the whole color, it's just going to be deadly. So one, we got to warm it up. So this is a nice color. It's going to go pretty much in the middle. You do everything else. So I'm going to put this cool farther back here, but the front where we got sun hitting it really hard. Let's put some cad orange in to a piece of it and warm it up. Really warm it up. Let's cheat it a little bit even. Okay, so this has cad orange, burnt sienna, blue, and white down the burnt sienna side. So I'll be putting that down there. Beginning. When you get over here, we need to go red. So I'm going to go back to that. Well, there's the oxide red into it and gray it out. But I still should have took off some of that orange that was on my knife, but I didn't. And it's a little darker too. I'm going to leave it darker because one of the things to make this road colored flatten out is you've got to have contrast at the bottom of the painting. So you need darks at the bottom of the painting to cause contrast. So that bottom comes forward. If you don't, it will just always sit there a little bit. I'm going to mix a little bit of this into this piece of this blue too, because I'm going to have a transition color from this bottom to the blue in the back top. And so I don't want to, so I can have a nice, easy couple stroke transition. So there's your colors. That's pretty much the street colors. Over here, we're going to do the horse colors. Let me see that street color. It's going to work pretty nice. Could be definitely in that horse. Basic colors. I'm going to go with start off with alizarin. Alizarin and cad yellow. One on the red side and the alizarin side, one just slightly more on the orange side. Maybe just a little bit more paint would have been great to do too. Being way too frugal, got a big horse. Got some cad red in there accidentally. All right. There we go. Some of these darks are interesting. Some of these are, I really like. We have some burnt sienna. See, that's burnt sienna, supposed to be. Burnt sienna and alizarin together. This makes this beautiful chestnut color. And for the horses like this, you can find it in the shadows, really rich color. So, and in the pieces in the legs, nice to have. Because we're gonna have a lot of grayed out colors. Sometimes you need in the front horse, you need zings of color. And that's what that one would be really nice to have. Leave that pile alone. I'm gonna brush up get everything off it before I can keep it. Take a teeny piece of it. I'm gonna hit it with some cad yellow.
This is alizarin and cad yellow again, or burnt sienna?
This was alizarin. Now it's alizarin cad yellow. This was alizarin and burnt sienna. And now I'm taking down here and I'm hitting it with cad yellow. And you're getting these top horse colors. I'm gonna have to brighten it up a little bit more. I'm gonna try and get this horse color back here. There we go. Okay. Just thinking about what colors I'm missing here. If I'm missing anything, my reds and stuff, I'm pretty good. I think I can do a lot of damage with this stuff. Okay, I'm gonna take these yellows. These are alizarin and yellow. I'm gonna hit them again with yellow. That one. Yeah, these guys are getting awful close together.
Which makes it harmonious.
Oh, you're so funny. Yeah. Man, just take a little bit dabs of these guys. Bring them down here and just add just a little bit of white to them. And this will get me pretty much, you start to get all the hoof hairs and stuff out of these colors. These are like final little colors too. And try, you really, some of the colors don't show up till you add this white here. You start to see the difference between these guys, where you start to see some red start to show up in one of these things a little bit more, a little bit grayed out colors. There we go. Don't need to go too bright. That's enough. Things going way too bright lately, so I'm trying to find a nice in between. Hopefully this will help this be really close to his muzzle color too. I'll need a couple cooler versions of colors here. So I'm going to go up here and take some of these greens up here. And reds. These are midtones already. These guys can work into the horse too. But sometimes I want to get a couple of these guys a little bit lighter. And I think they can work in the highlights. And what also, you're going to find them a lot of other places. I mean, you can find them in the buildings and stuff like that. So I'm going to take these guys up just high key, probably about 4s. and sometimes you can find these little spots in the horse. Might be shift. Because if you paint this horse all orange, and he's going to pretty much be deadly. You know, if we paint him just with those colors, he'll be flat. So you do need these colors in here to make the cool warms even better. All right, last thing. Got a couple kind of yellow greens and stuff here that are from the building itself, and some hot, you know, whites here. Let's do a few things here. Throw some phthalo green, just a phthalo green. Well, my yellow is gone, so whatever this makes is going to be the building green, which is not right. Hopefully I have some more yellow here. Helped. I'm gonna hit it with white.
And that is phthalo green and
cad yellow and just a little bit of red into it. Oxide red, even if you want. Just gray it out just naturally so it doesn't get too bright. Pretty good. Then I'm just right here. This is burnt sienna and white. Just stealing a little bit of this green from it. And I'm gonna add white to it. And this should end up being this color here of that building. So it's just should be hitting it pretty much right there. I'm a little dark, but not by much. That's okay. This is like the one building, and this is the other building. Shadow colors are going to come up from these guys right in here for all those buildings. And all the oranges for this back area here come from these guys. Probably just more in this range for the reds and stuff. Then we're also going to need probably some regular cad red and alizarin for this guy here. The crossbar that holds them down, the guys together. That's how simple I always make these guys. It's just alizarin and one side alizarin, one side cad red. Cad alizarin for the shadows, cad red for the highlights. And that's pretty much it. Might add a little blue to that, but there we go. And that'll be that. Simple. Now the hard part. Telling you what colors I mixed. All right, colors. We started off at top here with phthalo green and alizarin. We mixed those guys, came down to about an 8. Here we have phthalo green and oxide reds coming down to about an 8. Here we have phthalo green and cad red. So you see the reds and the greens. Then we went blue and transparent oxide or burnt sienna. Basically, a streak could end up being streak colors and some other blue, nice things for the harnesses and stuff like that. Here we have blue and oxide red, regular oxide red. So this is the difference, transparent oxide red and oxide red light. See this, these are a lot cooler. These are a lot warmer. Here we have yellow and alizarin. This is on the yellow side. This is on the alizarin side. Coming down with more yellow. This one I'm gonna add just a little more red to it. Just too close, too close. It doesn't get me anywhere. It looks just like that color. So if it looks just like that color, it's wrong. Because it doesn't, just takes up space in the palette and no difference in that color. So definitely make sure it's on the red side. Come on, red side. Okay. This is, so those guys came down and then a lot of white added to them and then more white a little bit. Here we have alizarin and burnt sienna together, basically. Coming down with yellow, and then coming in with white. Over here, we took and made the street colors. And they came down from the blue and the, well, burnt sienna for you guys, but or transparent oxide. I use transparent oxide. Burnt sienna would have been a great call. I couldn't find it. So coming down here, coming to a value about 6 with on the warm side, and this is the cool side with the blue side. If we use the warm side, we split it, put a cad orange in here, and over here I put oxide red light into this. And then over here I just took a little piece of this red oxide, mixed it in with the blue here, give a nice transition color. I took all these greens, brought them down here, and added white to them to get them about these values up in here, for I can use them in the horse here and there. Over here, this is just some, just a little bit of phthalo green with cad yellow. Just a scratch of red into it, and then white, lots of white. Here, this is transparent oxide or burnt sienna. It has just a little bit of this green in it, and then white. It just gives you this beautiful, like, vanilla color. So that's what I want. That will be that one building on the side. This will be the back building, a lot of pieces of. Then the bar going across is nothing more than cad red and alizarin crimson together. And then alizarin crimson here with just a little bit of blue to create the bar that goes across the bottom here. And we'll find some other places to put it. So that was the tough part. Now let's go to the easy part. Let's tone the canvas.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jim. Hi. What's the vanilla color again? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Right here?
Yeah.
That is oxide. Well, that was my transparent oxide with just a little bit of this green to it, which was phthalo green and just cad yellow.
And cad yellow, yeah.
And so I brought it over here, and I added just a little oxide to it, and then a ton of white.
Okay, thanks.
Well, I started off the oxide, added white, and then I just added scrapings of this brighter yellow in here. These colors here you might even find in the legs. So who knows? I take and really pop these guys a little bit. We'll see. Good to have you back there. All right.
Thanks.
Get everything up and running and switch over. on this side. Gives me enough room to get in here. Sorry, I did that right in front of the camera. Sorry, my nose is 1 second. Oh boy. I'm gonna put this up here. I'm not sure you guys can see too much of it, but I'll put it up here anyway. Good idea. Let's point to that. All right, tone canvas. I'm going to use burnt sienna or basically a transparent oxide. And oil. New oil in here would be good. Just over a third is this brown anyway. So let's tone it heavily decent in this bottom with this brown. If we get it in there nice, you know, we can, at least the colors will be good to judge against. Might not be the perfect color, but the value, if we can get it this toning and even in here at the right tone value when we wipe it out, it'll be all right. Horse right in here. Light tone back there. Because I already know the color I put in had a lot of oxide in it already. And this one's on the green side, so doesn't mean it has some oxide in it too, which is good. Keep it from being too killer of a green sometimes. Should be interesting though. Rub it in. Value wise, right there is really pretty good to what we have. Need. So that's good. This is gonna make it a little bit too dark. That's okay. Wipe it out. That's not bad. So let's see what we do here. I don't know. Leave some interesting marks there. Okay, get laying out that horse. I pretty much have it right pretty good right there. So back end here about that far. Like I said, draw a box where we need it. How far we come over about this box that comes pretty much about here. doing a square. With that square. What you're going to get. Horse out of there. Shoulders go a little bit higher, but not by much. When you get this figured out right in here, even this spot right here, you start to feel like, this width right here to here pretty much is what his head size is. Like I said, use the back leg there, it just comes back just a hair more. Muscles aren't going to change that much here. Let's come down to the bottom of the square. So this is where the gap I was talking about. Changing horse's feet back in here. It's going to be confusing enough. It always is when you got these feet like that, and one horse to the next, and then barely see the other horse. Chest wise, okay. Probably too much of a sway back here. This measuring thing, and going, yeah, pretty close. Heads are just so big. even ears and stuff. You think about these ears, I always end up making them just a hair too small, so I'm always redoing them. So knowing that, I'm kind of going a little thicker, but doesn't mean it probably end up a bit gone the wrong way. Head just a little wider. You know, they always got this huge cheek down in here. Flattens out, and then you get the jaw. And over here, it's definitely, they just kind of curve. You know, with these guys, their heads are so big, they start to curve a lot. You can start to see the curve in their heads. Where you do like racehorses and stuff, there's no curve at all. They're just pretty sleek. These guys, you get to see all that stuff. Not going too high. That's gonna stay there. Shoulders should come pretty much straight line. Okay. Harness thing. I said there's really just two parts to it. You got this padding part that kind of goes over the shoulders and comes back in here. And then you got the really the one that has a lot of all the bridle or all the leather and stuff, ties and everything on top. You also have a couple bars back here. Same behind on the other horse. I'm gonna stagger them just a little bit more. I mean, this horse, stagger it just a little bit more for this guy reads a little bit better. Now, so he does read shadows there. Definitely. Tail. I should get over this too a little bit. I think this angle here is too slopey. Okay. That building wise, I just going to split cut it a little bit, pushes one building back over here a little bit farther. I don't want it to split my panel with something running right down the middle. You know, the separation of this area right here. So I'm going to push all those panels, those lines back because they're all kind of makeup. You know, like this can be a stripe thing here. So let's just push them back a little bit. That's going to make a couple windows probably bigger. You know, that's okay. Flowers here, flower boxes. Shadows. Too big. Too big. everything to finish right here. Right at his, before his nose. Straight, I want to bring the street down. I'm not going to worry about everything else there. Yeah. All right, look at this. Let me get over in front of it for a second. See, a lot of this on this. Now it's all just marks here. It's going to be all squares and stuff, so it's not going to be too big a deal. I might change the ears or front at least. Yeah. More alert. Okay. Then you got to look at things here. Well, let's get busy. Most of the work we're going to do is we're starting right on the horse. And so we'll be able to get a lot of this background. It's pretty simple. I mean, really, we're gonna have some fun with shadows and stuff like that. But a lot of the stuff you don't need to do. You need a lot of help with. Move some things around, push some stuff around, some things have to change. This window's going. I should have looked at that a little bit. Thank you. And there's all this fruit and other stuff on this poster back there. I'm not going to do that. Pretty much is going to just squint at that, and just make some colors and push back there. There's the street line right there, just below his mouth. I want to either one way or the other. Okay, start on the horse. Start on this back end. I am going to go start off with some phthalo green and alizarin first. Mix, just to get the dark in here. It's going to be light though. See, I'm not going crazy full strength with it. It's going to be a light version of it. I just want to get this color in here a little bit. Being phthalo green, it's going to do its job and get in here and show off a little bit in these darker areas. I'm gonna keep it light on that. And do the shadow. I'm gonna just be painting shadows. Going into the back legs and front legs here. And you can start to feel the muscles on these guys. These shadows are wrapping around these huge muscles, creating crevices and things like that. So,
And that's your phthalo green and alizarin still?
yeah, it's on the lizard green side a little bit, but it's basically watered down, you know, a little bit. This is that back horse here. We put it in this back horse. I can put it a little bit stronger on the red side. I say red side, but you know, it's still like a black almost. Going back in this other horse back in here. Because of this area here, I put it in here, but I'm gonna come back and make this really kind of a warm, really dark warm here at the end. I'm just hedging my bet right now. I definitely want to get this color, see if I can get this color into his muzzle. Right in here. I'm not going to worry about any of the wires and stuff like that. Put it into his mane too, a little bit. A little bit in there. Just trying to get basically get all my ideas about shadows and stuff, where things are going with this color in them, just to start it off. I know how pretty it looks. Yeah, this how pretty it looks. Yeah, that's the reason I'm using it, because it looks pretty. More into these feet. I know there's a lot of red in these feet, and so I want to get a little bit of green in there early, so those reds don't just vibrate, just go crazy, because there is a lot of that in this guy. And then here on the shadow side here, his hoof right here, there's a shadow. There's this right here. There's a nice shadow coming into his leg here. Really remember that, how that hits. A lot of times when I'm doing the shadows at the end here, I just, things change. I just kind of, go for a better design at that time for the painting, instead of exactly what, is called for in the photo. Painting over photo. This a little bit too skinny there. Right there, that right behind his leg here. There is some beautiful phthalo green. I'm going to be coming out of that area right here. Okay. Anywhere else I could put it. Definitely, if you want to just keep going and stuff, you could put it, on the sidewalk. I'm gonna start. I need to, a couple lines from here to over here, just kind of making sure that things line up. Sometimes at the end, I'm gonna kind of like be freehanding that stuff so strongly right here. I'm just gonna be. Hopefully, I don't have to do much. It's a thing. So that guy is in there. It's in there. Sorry, just figuring out a few things here. Must jet out there because it just doesn't line up right at all. Okay. While I got this color in here on the green side, I'm gonna darken in the shadow up here a little bit. Even with this that amount of paint, it's really cool for a shadow. That value is pretty close already to what we need. So, no, well. I'm gonna put that window in too. Well, went in a little cooler than it should have went in. It's a good start though. Just a square. It'd be perfect for this thing right here. This window up here. So this is oxide red. No, it's not. It's just a phthalo green and alizarin yet. And now I'm just painting in the darks in the back here. And this is going to be mostly green. You can really see it right here in the corner here, a little bit of stronger phthalo green on the side there, and that. And then it also comes down here on the window here. So it's just going to bring this down. I'm going to bring it down. I'm really going to make sure that this line here curves down a little bit. It doesn't, it comes in like that. That will help push the eye down a little bit instead of being a flat line up here, because we've got enough flat things up here. And over here, just more on the alizarin side. This color. And there's your background. We're done. We're not going to do anything else. We don't have to do anything else today. Let's get these guys in. Get some shadows in there, and we got stuff to play off of. Box, shadow. Okay. These are just boxes and stuff. That's all it is. Box within a box. Okay. Second color. Same as the first. Oh. phthalo green and oxide red. Now this color, you see, can start to come in this leg here. Since it's such a dark color, definitely want to get it on the edge right here of that shadow. Hopefully the drawing's good and I won't be messing that up. And I'm just going to blend it a little bit back into the center of that shape, leg shape. I got a lot of reds that are going to come in here really do the job, but get these things right. Okay. A little more push with this leg here. Okay. Finding this green where it goes. So I'm putting it into these, this is the green side too. I'm putting this into these, this collar a little bit, starting my dark soft, just getting the green in there. Definitely going to find it more on the shadow sides too. Next color should come in here and really do a number on that. Let's see, this is the red side. And I'm going to put it right here on the shoulder here for the shadow, coming into the shadow of that. I'm going to keep it pretty dark. And just putting this stuff in like this, just getting the structure in of these beasts really just helps when we get farther along, help really helps where everything goes. Definitely no. That jawline here. What's that jaw cheek line here? Okay. That's pretty good for the horse so far. This is the red side of it. Real strong there. Just marking out a few where the window is. Yeah, here, since I have the cone put in the shadow section of the tail here. Little, kind of nice. Look at the hoofs and stuff. Definitely this color. You're gonna definitely see it in the front of these hoofs when it starts to, you start to get to the regular feet and all together. This color would be nice to separate sections of that foot too a little bit, because those guys are going to be a little goofy. Hopefully this is working out. It will. Anywhere else I could put this color before I move on? I didn't really. what I'm gonna do too here, I'm gonna switch feet on the back end here too. This foot here is on the other horse behind here, and it's jumping out of here. I'm gonna switch this, make it closer, basically just put it in here, and not gonna worry about the feet on the other side of this other horse back here. It's just gonna be more of a there's a couple little marks. Anything else? It looks like all right. I already got it in the face. I don't think I need any more here. Okay. Heavy. Okay. I'm gonna switch off to a bristle brush. And let's get some yellows and stuff like that in here. Oranges and reds and stuff. Let's get some of these guys in here now. Okay. So next color, we got cad red and phthalo green. This is the phthalo green side, cad red and phthalo green. Bringing that in, you can just, when you lay it in here, you can see how strong those other greens we put in here were. Just good. We can always lighten them and they'll lighten up really nicely. I think it's like too much mango, we'll soften it up a little bit. Start to figure out where these muscles are. Okay. A lot of time going on to this horse here. We haven't even gone very far yet. Go on the red side. Now this is Cad red and Phthalo green, and this is really on the red side. And really see, this is where I was saying putting it in right in this area here. And then just working it up a little bit into this middle section here. Should be really close to being everything we need. And then right at the top here, really making that red kind of start to show through. Right at the top where it catches just a little bit of light right at the top hip there. Same here. Red starts come through. I definitely need a little bit more of that. So this will be one of the colors we'll be using to really get into all the shadows. When you start to break out the shadows here and crevices in the muscles. This is a good color to start to shove in there. A nice transition from the shadows, strong shadows, to the light. And when we get this horse painted, which we're going to be done in a few minutes, we'll jump onto like the straight thing, the straight in the background. Not much air going on there, at least. This is a nice one. It's just to start all these shadows, these muscles here. Get it in underneath. Okay, everything's going to end up being a lot less now. Don't really kind of stay away from my blues and stuff, I think, for a while. Kind of switch off to a little bit. No, you stay with these brushes. I was thinking I'd just wipe it out. Then go with my brighter colors here. Down here, my coarse colors. This is, well, I say brighter, but I'm right off the bat, I'm going with my dark one because of my brush is still so heavily dark. This is that rich red I was talking about, getting that in here. And this is where you'll find it, right in these little crevices. That shadow colors. Put them in with dark, with a already with a dark, greens and reds and stuff. But this, you put this on top of it because it's just going to shine. You don't have to go everywhere with it, but just look for the places. Definitely these really darker areas, like around there. Just like, and you'll find it in a few of the when we put in some of the wires or leather stuff. You'll see it there too. Anything else? Push that horse back in here back, and I'll push this guy forward. In fact. Okay. Switch on. Now I'm going to switch out brushes. A little bit smaller brush. I'm going to get to my warmer. I'm going to get to my brighter colors. these with a clean brush, which will be nice. This is lizard and cat yellow on the red side. And no more, not too much yellow into it. With that, it's going to be basically, I think, a lot of the highlights, really close to what the body is right here in this head section here. Might go a little bit warmer at the bottom. I might go to the yellow side, right in here. The bottom of the neck is getting a lot of reflective colors. I'll bring that in here a little bit. His head. Good, good. Red on one side. I'm going to go warm on the other side here, this face. So go more yellow on this side. Coming down to his nose and stuff here. Go back to the red. Get back end here. Look at these big areas here. Separate out. Muscle a little bit. And that pink again. Just trying to run out my brush now with that color. There's so little on it now that it will come in nice. Be able to use it for these reflective areas of outsides of the leg here. Just having enough paint, to shift the color that's there a little bit here and there. Okay, this all has to be lightened, but that's it with that color. Now I'm going to go down to the next version of these colors with more yellow in them. And they will start to get in here and pretty much, dig heavily in here. And so I'm really looking for shapes and muscle shapes, not just looking for where the brush stops, where it should go. dig into the belly a little bit. Make the chest here a little bit stronger color. Leg, yellows. Down a little bit. Bring it that warmth up here. Yeah. Yellow could be probably just a little bit too strong. Well, it's not bad. Ooh. Okay, heading into my a bit more yellowish oxide red, or it's not. This is alizarin and cad yellow, or cad yellow, and then white. Just a little bit of white added to it. Not too much. a little bit. I mean, there's still another area we got to go yet. Well, that'll come in here, right down in here, his face here, so get into his jaw. And I can slightly work it into his face here. Work it back into his neck. Definitely, you're gonna find it right here on his mane. Then we're gonna lighten it up a little bit more with white. Come down here. Oh, too much. Yes, boy, that's close, man. See if I can push it back into space here. By touching it a few times, I can push it back. That's why I always you put down color ahead of time. You get room to play. After you put the color down, you can get that one extra couple strokes. That's going to bring your thing to life. Where if you're just putting down one color and painting it, saying that's perfect, you don't have that extra play in it, and it does show up. This is also, this adds a lot more to it. So this is just cad red, cad yellow, and oxide or alizarin, more yellow added, and white. And that's all we're going to do right here. That's all you have to do. I'm just hitting a few of these highlights going on in here is in him. And you can see I'm barely touching it now too. So it gets very little what I do. Just trying to start taking out a little more of this yellow that's found its, overpacked in the front here. But a lot of that is going to go away as soon as you put colors in. We haven't put any street colors in or anything else like that. So these guys, we're working a little backwards just because of it's really all horse. This painting is nothing but horse. And to just get it right. A lot of times, even in the shadows, all I want to do is sometimes it's just, you find the muscle, top of the muscle really close. All you got to do is get the light side of the muscle. You don't have to do the back side. Just leave what's there as the back side. Just hit the front side. And a lot of times, even with that, I'm just trying to just disturb the paint. I'm not trying to go very far. Let the viewer hopefully, do all the thinking. I probably knocked out too much there. I'm going to do his muzzle real quick, just because this brush is really close to the right color for that light mark. Just a little bit of white and mixed in with this color I have ready should do it. Now I can get it with this brush real quick. Just peaches out at the bottom. There's a little bit right at his nose right here. It just peaches out. the colors kind of get peaky. It's a little flesh color. Right there. And then his muzzle is a little bit of street color in it. Where his lips are right here going down. Try not to do too much. Wipe it out. Okay. The horse is almost done, really. I mean, all I got to do is paint these darks here in the back here. So I'm going to go back to my grays. My blue grays, blue and well, I said burnt sienna, but mine's oxide red, transparent oxide red. Since I got this here, I can hold back my big brush just because I can put it in really clean. That's all. This is the warm side of that color. This is a little bit, just a little more brown added to the blue. It goes more on this top part here. Now I just got to step down one spot here. My midtone. I'm going to go to my midtone. This color and just get the highlights in that leather. Thing is, I might have to come down. This is street color basically I'm using right now. So I'll be going to the street right after this. And this is basically my highlight on this leather. Got my darks, and now I just got to put in this light highlight. A little bit more on the blue side than this one. Just get a little glare. That's good. There, and that is about all it gets now. It gets the reins on top of it, a couple lines through it, and it's there. I mean, it's doesn't need much. I'm going to go to a smaller brush. Nice synthetic here. Go with my dark brown, dark colors here. Put in his eye thing, and also put in the. First, I got to put in the leather here. I got the shadow. I just got to put the leather in. Fix some of the drawing here. Okay. white side of that. So you might want to do it. Clean it out. And I'm going to go back to my very dark colors. This brush should be almost perfect width for this. Looks like it's just a hair short, but not bad. Also goes here on the neck. From ears on here. Same thing, I'll use the same color. Get the highlights on this stuff. This just finishes it off a little quick. Well, I said about being able to clean off some of these stuff and make a few other things here. I'll show you that. We'll go back in, just put in a few things. Like you put in these circles, where they have all the rivets and stuff like that, and any buckles and loops. You can just wipe those guys out. It's really quite easy with this. Make a couple lines and stuff. All of a sudden gets looks like it's pretty complicated, and we didn't do anything. I mean, we really just hit a few spots here. We can start to figure out where a few of these pads here go. That's going to come down around here. I can draw it in. This line here, where that's going to go that way. And here I can loop there, And it's just going to go across it. So that's, sort of where we're going to be. A lot of work to do on his feet. So, but I'm going to throw in the background. This is straight for you. I'm going to start off with the base color. And we can use that here on him. Here's a little cool. I start to put it in here. Definitely want to get it back in here a little bit more. Trace that leg out a little bit too much. Put it in between. Pretty much, like I said, I was going to put this color in the middle of the painting, pretty much. Middle of this section, at least. I'll brush it out a little bit too. Lost that other leg back there.
Jim, what color is
Yeah.
that? I don't seem to have that color.
Yeah, it's gone on a lot cooler than it is. This is the burnt sienna and blue on the burnt sienna side with white. And this is like a probably about a 6. That is the cool. It's supposed to be warm. It looks warm on my palette. This is the cool section, and it just turns blue up here. So I might have to shift these colors around a little bit. But this is what I want to do, put the base tone in here, cooler back in here, and work it down a little bit. And then use these warmer colors come around. This is using more red into the color as I come down farther down in here, in this section here. Then I will just start adding a little red to it. This should be this red when I'm down here. And I'll just blend them together quick. Looks a little dark too. We'll see. And I was going to work this forward a little bit. Let's color up a little forward. And then I was going to come back in with base of that tone, that color it's in there, this orange added to the color. And like I said, looks like I went a little bit dark on everything, but let's see. Mix my colors dark or what? I have to add just a little bit of more yellow or orange to it. Looks like. You don't have that color?
Mine looks a little different than yours.
Hopefully it's warmer. Is it warmer? You're good. Hopefully it's warmer. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, like I'm pretty feel mine's pretty cool. Because I was thinking like, that's way too dark. Go down here and just need some warmth. Maybe we need to put that bicycle in there. Maybe that's the whole thing, right? Put the bike in there. That'll warm it up. Okay. Yeah, I'm just finding the grays and stuff that are going back here a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to lighten that up. I don't know. End up always doing that color instead of doing what's really everything else I was doing. So. Anyway. This is the going to be the shadow colors, purples. Make sure I got enough room here. I'm not just sending everything right in his mouth. This will be the shadow lines, but I don't want to put them in yet everywhere else. I want to put them right in here first because of I'm going to have to change all these colors here because these are too light, too dark. So I'm going to put the purples in here, show you, and just mark these guys too for you. You don't want to put in too much of this stuff here because of other stuff. Definitely want to warm up these windows here a little bit. They got a little bit purple at the beginning, so a little more warmth in them. And anything back in here, you know, like windows like this, you know, has a lot of stuff going on. I would like to treat them as a abstract, you know, just put a bunch of colors there, not have to worry about too much. You know, exactly what the abstract guys do, you know. So these guys are even, and I don't make a line things don't line up too much. That's what happens. Okay. Was it we are overboard ready? Oh man, 5 minutes over. See what happens? I get off kilter a little bit. And
And I don't know what happened to my paints, but everything dried out on my board.
what? Oh, don't lie to me. You can't. No way that happens.
Yeah.
How'd you dry it so quick?
I don't know. I have a
Did
fan.
you? Oh, you
but-
didn't put Gelkit in it, right?
No.
Okay.
Well, I
don't
mean,
tell me. You got a new special thing you're trying to hide from me, huh?
no, but it's drying on the,
That's you.
not on my palette. I don't want it to dry on my palette.
I know. We need room. Anyway, I will keep working on this and post it. It is time. This is where I am with pretty much the horse. He's a little yellow. So I'll have to come back in and make some color changes, but you need the rest blocked in before you do that, because you don't want to make too many changes. You want to make sure that, because things will shift when you put colors back in around here. Maybe that red will pop out more than and I'll be all right. So we'll check. Anyway, we only have a few people painted, so let's see. We got Lynette. I know you painted, so let's see Lynette's, and I know Sarah
right.
painted. Anne Marie, did you paint?
No, but I mixed my colors.
Well, you can show us your colors if you want.
No, I'm gonna work on it.
Okay. How you feeling?
I'm feeling much better. I'm glad to be back. And it's just a little slower than I'd like.
Okay.
Oh, we're sorry.
Thank-
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
I always feel like I'm a 5-year-old trying to do this. I don't know. I love horses.
no. I see some really great things going on in that horse so far. Yeah, I think his head's gonna end up. You're gonna find out his muzzle's probably just a little bit goes down a little bit farther.
Okay.
I think his head's just a hair bigger than that. And his legs or his body looks great. His body looks good so far. I like your shadows. You're sticking with them really strongly. Yeah, let's see. I think his legs probably could end up being a little hair thicker.
Okay.
But a lot of that kind of stuff is just on is going to be like in the shadow sides and stuff like that.
I don't think I'm going to put the legs of the horse behind him because
You don't have to. You
yeah,
don't have to.
it's just messing everything up.
Don't worry about it. I kind of have to, but you guys don't. Definitely, you can be a one horse thing like this, and it doesn't even have to be this background. You can switch it to a barn behind it if you wanted to. Just put barn colors back there. So
It's
I'm just
cute.
saying.
It's got flowers and everything. So
Yeah, it's a cute little thing. It could it could be in any kind of like touristy town.
yeah.
Stuff. It looks pretty cute. So
Yeah, I didn't get to any highlights or anything. I just trying to get some basic colors in here and
yeah, you did well. I mean the highlights are the last little things I always put in. They go in so minimal anyway, and they are just basically that things that you use to pop the muscles. That show the how big the muscles are and stuff by the intensity of the highlight.
right.
And so that's all you got going on. Have to do there. And I mean, I think everything else is really pretty great.
Okay. Well,
See,
thank
I mean,
you.
the head, yeah, like the head could be just probably just a hair, just a little bit bigger, probably.
Okay, a little bigger.
It should be about the width, his belly width.
Oh, okay. So bring the muzzle down.
Yeah, the whole muzzle kind of, yeah, move. Yeah, that's all you have to do for this one. You
Okay.
have to worry about an eye or anything on this one. That's pretty neat.
Right.
You know,
Okay, good.
you're going to find out that's, and that's pretty great. I think the background's going to go in really cool for you too.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah, no
A good
problem.
class.
Thanks. All right, Sarah. Show off.
I have some drawing issues, but
Ah, that's a good steer.
thanks.
No. You got slightly drawn problems, but it's I think you just ended up rounding off things a little bit too much and got you lost a little angles. There's little bony angles of hips and stuff up the top. I don't think it's that bad at all. Right? I think it's more the back end is just a little round, and that's probably, I think that's where the things is. His legs look good, huge neck, and that's where those guys are. They're giant beasts. And his head, like I said, your same thing with it. It's a lot bigger than that. It's as big as his waist. It should be the same size as his waist. And you do that, and it's all in the muzzle. Just bring it down, and that'll make the neck look a lot smaller and stuff. So I think it's just that's the big thing there. And of course, I led you guys down the wrong way on the color of the ground. So that all has to be lightened up. But otherwise, yeah, you got a lot to do now. Because I screwed you guys up royally on the color.
Oh,
Good job, though.
thank you.
Really, I mean, you guys blocked it in. I mean, it's, we work very, very, very fast. And you can, because of the way we work, where we mix our colors and stuff, you can make your adjustments that much faster when you paint. And it really shows. And you guys are really way ahead of so many people out there. Just keep going. I mean, really, get it blocked in, and then to make adjustments. That's what I'll be doing now. I know this ground is too dark, but I can lighten it up with 4 or 5 strokes. But I want to make sure that I got the right value before I do that. So I want to finish everything else off, and we'll have fun. So I'll see you guys all in a few weeks. I might come back with a French accent. I might come back with an Irish accent. I'm not sure which one's going to happen,
Well, we're looking maybe we'll get to paint some of your reference photos.
That's what I said. We'll probably do, if you guys will probably get me kissing the Blarney Stone.
Have
And
fun.
that will be our painting next time, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
But we'll have some fun. I definitely, we'll get a landscape from one of the places.
Great.
So Jim, we're gonna meet again the 10th of August. Is that right?
Yeah, the 10th is it's a makeup for these guys, for this class.
Okay. But I can
Because
right?
because I missed out, and then I got sick, and I had to run and pick up a damn award, so I couldn't make it.
And then
you.
get sick.
So
And now the damn vacation of this thing comes in the way.
you
Anyway,
good COVID?
I had COVID. I got COVID
Oh, I'm
coming
glad
back with that. Yeah, I'm glad. So it's kind of miserable, but it wasn't terrible.
Is that the
It's
first?
It's treatable.
Yeah. Oh, well, so we're hoping that's it's gone now.
Yeah.
But you never know that. Anyway, all right, guys.
Okay, well, thanks again.
All right, finish these up and
Good to see you
post them. I'll be, checking in on you guys, and I'll be posting this hopefully tomorrow-ish sometime too.
Happy travels, and we'll be praying for safety.
Bye.
Thank you. Oh yeah.
Bye-bye.
I have no French in me at all. So oui. All right. We'll see you guys in a few weeks. Take her
Okay,
easy.
bye. Bye-bye. Anne Marie, bye-bye. I forget who else.
Yeah. They're gone.